Hey everyone, it's Ryzen, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3 FES. Well, let's go ahead and talk to our party members. Yeah, that does suck, Akihiko. Now, just as a heads up, there is a big snowstorm coming tomorrow, so if the power goes out, obviously I can't record an episode for Wednesday. Now, if you live in the Northeast, I'm sure you know about the snow coming. And, I don't know when I'm going to be busy for doing some stuff for work. But, I'll probably be missing an upload at some point this week for that. We'll learn more about this thing later. And, how does, her motorcycle work? And they never explain how it works, so you got me. But yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, when you leave Tartarus, it will transition to the next day. You cannot go to Tartarus and then do something else at night. Also, Sunday is the Super Bowl, and since my New England Patriots are playing in it, I'm obviously going to be watching that game, and I'll be at my fiance's, so I'll be home late again. So in all likelihood, there will be no episode Monday. Who are you? He never actually said that he was Minato. He lives in the same dorm. There's a lot of assemblies here. Yeah, right now we're getting a lot of story, but the story's going to kind of disappear later on, and we're going to run into the opposite problem of not enough plot. Pacing is inconsistent in this game at best.
The main portion of today's assembly. Next, we'll hear a word from the
I'll be going over the
Council.
basics of how a day goes.
Please welcome the new president, Mitsuru Kirijo, from class.
So yeah, we're in the early morning. Usually you end up skipping this
Thank you.
time period, but if there's a cutscene or something, you get it.
So, she did.
And sometimes you'll get a
elected.
class during this time.
Well, I guess she is the most popular girl
Jealous
in
much?
school.
Where you have to, you know, answer a question
can
in
say
class.
That again. There's like some kind of
For
aura
a charm or listen to a
Besides,
lecture
the
in
school's owned
school
by the
for
Kirijo
more
group,
academic
right?
points.
Yeah, I try not to think about that.
Usually we'll transition to lunchtime.
As I begin my term as student council president, I'd like to share with you my vision for
Where
this
you'll
coming
see
year.
which social links
It is
are
my firm
have enough
belief
points to level up.
that each of us must accept the responsibility of bettering
By
our
venturing
school.
into a giant tower?
However, change cannot occur without sustained effort and an unprecedented
To
level of
killing
commitment.
random shadows.
That
or giant
is
monsters.
why we must restructure our daily lives to accommodate this lofty goal.
By kicking ass and taking names.
I'd like each of you to dig deeply into your well of motivation and reevaluate
To point a
your
faint gun at your head and summon a giant monster.
to imagine a bold new future without losing sight of the realities around you.
Well, apart from those coffins.
That is the key. I'm certain that many of you have your own visions.
Hopefully
of the
with less
future.
of them.
For us to reap the full
Coffins,
benefits
that
of
is.
our education, your participation, ideas, and enthusiasm.
Who wants
are
to venture
essential.
into the giant tower first?
Thank you.
That wasn't really that long of a speech. Nobody's clapping.
Dang.
You can't
That was
you can't
freaking
have them
amazing.
clap and not show
So,
it.
do you have any idea what you just said?
Yeah, I could be a total a total douche with that answer, but nah.
Sure didn't sound like something a high schooler would say. If it was anyone else, we'd be laughing our asses off.
So normally we transition to lunchtime, or sometimes you start at lunchtime, but yeah, anyone that walks up to you at lunchtime basically has enough points to level up. So when you hang out with them, you'll level up their social link. Because you won't always level up the social link when you hang out with it in this game. Depends on the amount of points that you got. I'll go over that as we actually get into social links. But right now we're in the afternoon, which typically you'll have a class or a lecture or something. In this case we have a lecture. So we can either go to sleep, which doesn't really do much, or we can stay awake and get some academic points. I'm going to stay awake and get academic points. Yeah, sucks to be Kenji. I didn't know teachers could order cake from their students. That wasn't much of a lecture. And now we'll transition to after school, which is primarily where you'll be able to hang out with your social links or up your social stats. Either one of those will take time. Most things take time unless you're buying items or equipment or fusing personas. I'll just tell you right now, you never want to spend or waste time upping social stats during the day. We have nighttime for that. So daytime should be used for hanging out with social stats, or hanging out with social links. Normally there's a kid here that will allow you to fast travel, but he's not there because the game wants us to trigger a cutscene. I could talk to the students here, but they pretty much don't say anything interesting, like, at all. And, yeah, kind of silly. You can actually hang out at the bathroom here, and yeah, sure, let's go in. And this has a random chance of upping your status. Let's see if it does it. I don't know what the exact percentage is. It'll only raise it one level if it works. Oh yeah, it did work. Okay, so now we're in great condition. When we were in good condition before. What these conditions are, there's 4 of them. There's sick, tired, good, and great. Good is the normal condition where there's no benefit or penalty. Great gives you a higher critical hit rate, and I believe it ups your accuracy and your evasion. And tired reduces your critical hit rate and your evasion. I believe you'll also deal less damage. And sick is basically the same thing as tired, but the penalties are more severe. And plus it can randomly spread to your party members as well. Also, when you're tired or sick and you're knocked down, sometimes you just won't get up, which is annoying, so you'll waste yet another turn. You get tired if you fight a specific number of battles in Tartarus, depending on what level any character is.
I didn't used to talk to him much.
The higher level you are,
Now I've got a good excuse.
the
I know he's the captain
longer
of
it
the
takes to get
boxing
tired.
team, but who would have thought he'd be such a chick man?
That goes for your party members as well.
I mean, come on. You don't even see girls flock like that on TV.
Your party members will only be in
Wonder where
great
they're
status
going.
on specific days. Otherwise, they'll be in good or tired or sick condition.
Hey, are you guys free this afternoon?
Well, yeah. No social
Hell
link
yeah.
to work on this
what
day.
You got in mind?
I want the 2 of you to meet me at Paulownia Mall. You know where it is, right? I'll be at the police station.
Sounds good.
See you there.
The police station? You mean we're not hanging out with your friends?
Who, these girls?
I mean, I always hang out at police
I
stations
don't
with my
even
high
know
school
their
friends.
names.
That's
They
what we
talk
did all
so
the
much they
time.
Give me a headache. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. Don't keep me waiting.
Oh, why can't he be more friendly?
Why can't you be a better voice actress?
But that's what makes him so cool.
Also, why are the cherry
Man,
blossoms
how can you
two-dimensional
not
and
know their names?
and
I
completely
mean,
out of place?
seriously, just look at them. Ah, well, let's go.
That actually is very awkward looking. They totally should not have done that. Okay, let's keep going. You can talk to Junpei. I don't know what he says. I don't think he's interested. So yeah, when you leave the school, you get to this world map. It's point and click. Do not go to the dorm and go inside. You will skip the day. That's never a good thing to do, unless you have nothing to do, literally. But the other places all either have social links to hang out with, or you can buy things, or work on social stats, things like that. But let's just head over to Paulownia Mall. Moving around does not take time. Only doing an action that actually passes time will, well, pass time. So don't worry about just standing in one place too long and all of a sudden it's nighttime. This is primarily where we're going to be working on our social stats at night. But, yeah, just real quick. That's the accessory shop. We can create weapons there later using our personas. Item shop. And the rest of them are for social stats. Except for this. This is for a quest here, this little crane game. And as far as I know, the Power Records has nothing ever there. Which is kind of weird. There'll be something in that alleyway later. Let's just head over to the police station. The inventory at any of the shops is based on your character's level. Oh, and for getting tired in Tartarus, it's based on the character level, not the persona level.
Thank you, sir. Oh, these are the guys I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
I was waiting for you guys.
Why are we talking to this random cop?
Officer Kurosawa. He helps keep our squad well equipped.
He gives weapons to high school kids?
And this is from Ikutsuki-san.
That doesn't seem like a very good idea.
Really? Sweet!
Pay no attention to Junpei getting 5,000 yen. It doesn't mean
You
anything.
can't fight empty-handed, so find something you like. Officer Kurosawa has connections.
To what? The moth?
But
To
these
what? The
things
mafia?
Still cost money.
Of course they do. Nothing in life is free.
I realize that. Well, I'll see you later. Thanks again.
So yeah, this is basically the weapon and armor shop. Nothing too useful here.
I've been informed about you too. My job is to maintain peace in this city, regardless of the circumstances. I'm just an ordinary police officer, but it doesn't take a genius to know something strange is going on here. I'm only doing what I
By
think
giving
is
weapons to
right.
high school kids. Also, they have guns in this world. Why are we not able to buy guns? Why do we have to buy swords and bows? Anyway, you see the plus unknown effect? That just means it'll give a random effect from a list of however many effects there are for a weapon type. And armor is the same thing, but for armor effects. Unless it says a specific effect on it. In theory, you could buy a bunch of them and reset if you don't get what you want, but it's not worth it. In general, weapons and armor mean very, very little in the game. To the point where I'm never going to buy anything here. Except for a short bow. I recommend picking one of those up. Don't equip it. We're going to need that for the first boss. That's weak to pierce attacks. And that's the easiest way to hit its weakness. Sometimes you get lucky and you'll find a bow in Tartarus, but I wouldn't count on it. Okay, so this is the one and only day where I'm going to break my rule of not working on social stats during the day. And that's simply because we have no social links to work on. So we want to go to the movie theater and watch the movie there. This shop over here, you can buy stuff for giving to one of the girls on a date. One of the female social links. Not too useful. Really only required, I think, once in the entire game if you're doing a max social link run. But I'll go over that later. But yeah, we want to watch this movie theater marathon because it'll up our courage. And I think it gives us plus 4 courage, which is pretty significant at this point in the game. It's critical to do this to max out your courage as soon as possible. Courage is the first of the 3 social stats that you want to max out. And then charm very shortly afterwards. And then academics you have a lot more leeway with. Plus, you can work on academics more often. And now that we've done an action that takes up time, we transition to the evening.
Welcome back.
So, yeah. What Mitsuru is going over here is we can talk to her, and we can go to Tartarus anytime we want during the night. Unless, of course, Mitsuru is randomly not here, because Atlas decides to not like you that day. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. In the portable version, I think you'll get messages about Tartarus being unstable, and that can lead to different bonuses to your favor. But that doesn't happen in this version. So at night now, we can go out and we can go to the mall if we want to work on social stats, but I don't want to do that. Now, in the original Persona 3, if you left the dorm at night and then re-entered, you would skip to the next day. Or you would skip to bedtime. Or, I think it's late night it's called. Where you're in your room and all you can do is study and go to bed. Yeah, that's kind of stupid. They changed that in the original. Or in the FES version. Anyway, I want to go to Tartarus. Oh, let's watch the TV, actually. But unfortunately, during the day, if you go back to your dorm and enter it, well, it will skip tonight. Even if you immediately left the dorm on a Sunday or holiday and then went back in, you would skip tonight, which makes no sense. Stupid. But anyway, let's go to Tartarus. Not going to be able to explore Tartarus, but oh well. On the next episode, I'll be posting in the video description a bestiary of the enemies you can encounter in Tartarus for the first section here. As well as the recommended personas, how to get them, and how to, or what personas I recommend using for each enemy. Yeah, what the game is saying there is we can talk to our characters, our party members, click on check status, and you can equip them with different weapons. I don't particularly care too much about their equipment. To be honest, I almost completely ignore their equipment. It means almost nothing, to be honest. You could stick with the default equipment for the entire game and not notice a damn thing. That's how poorly designed the damage formula is. But yeah, I see how that has strong versus priestess. That means that weapon will deal slightly more damage against priestess shadows. That was the random effect that I got from buying the weapon at the police station. That's not really that useful of an effect. But anyway, I'm going to end it here. This is Ryzen. Thanks for watching. Take care.